period for any things to be thrown into the trash. It's here at Springs because everything has been chaotic. A lot of upsets have happened all day, and Jetbean trying to continue those here as we get started with the Elimination Finals on Game 1.
Of course, no surprise in the character picks. We've got the Val, we've got the Tai Lung. Already, Meg D trying to play that corner game, but Jetbean gets past, and Jetbean's got a similar corner game. He's sitting on the edge.
And for Jetbean, the Apocalypse has been working out very well. It worked out earlier against Luna. It didn't finish the deal, but it also worked out in a lot of the previous sets. So, and it's sure looking like it's working here. He tries to go all the way for it, but you got to be careful. We saw earlier, Meg D also was capitalizing on people up there. That was almost a beautiful string turned into a giant mistake, but the NSIG is going to catch him again.
Jetbean has been hitting NSIG after NSIG, setting up with the N lights. Down Sig connects this time. It'll finish off the stock. Jetbean with the lead.
Sending him packing off the side of the stage. Jetbean's accuracy with the site signatures have been absurd. There's no other way to put it, Duke.
He's so good at reading the movement and getting those SIGs to hit, and that's great value. You get a lot of damage on just a singular SIG.
Like, it's almost like you constantly hit the beehive with how often the site stings you, and then you just get hit by a truck. So, not exactly the combination of things you'd like to get, and then you get isekai'd here into Brawlhalla. So, Meg D currently struggling a little bit to find the openings, finally gets the hit there off the top, but the weapon toss coming through, gonna get him sent off again. That's a lot of defensive resources already burned.
Yeah, I'm just picturing Optimus Prime hanging out with some bumblebees and then decides, you know what, I don't like you messing with my friends.
Fun fact, apparently, what did it call it? Chuck-kun has knocked out more people in anime history than others. Weird factoid, but Meg D has, in fact, knocked out the first stock here on Jetbean.
This is a position that Meg D's been in plenty of times, where he's playing from behind, but he's been able to add up that damage well enough. We'll see if he can do it again here against Jetbean, as Jetbean's avoiding Meg D's swordplay for a little bit.
Yep, and one of the most frustrating things about fighting against Meg D so far for everybody today is the fact that your lead sometimes means nothing, because he just gets it back so quick. His damage mitigation is amazing, and it's working well right now, but he has to play perfect, which he so far is.
Yeah, Jetbean's playing really smart around this. He has the advantage of being able to watch that last set and kind of think about what he wants to do against Meg D. N-Light and the NSIG not going to connect Meg D this time with the right reaction.
And Meg D going off to the side there, going low, keeping himself safe. If there's one thing that Meg D's done really good on the adjustment here in the second stock is he's playing very grounded. He's not jumping often, which is kind of messing with Jetbean a little bit. He's gonna adjust at some point, but Meg D's doing an amazing job to getting this back to even.
But the weapon tosses from Jetbean, they were so good earlier, I think against Snowy. There's the side air. Jetbean again with the lead.
All right, and once we, like we said before, all logic is thrown out the window when it comes to trying to figure out what Jetbean is going to do, because he keeps doing it. He keeps getting the W's, trying to go for the chase to get the dodge there. He misses out, weapon toss up, trying to catch him, going straight down. Meg D, however, does not get the punish.
Just a side air connects for Jetbean, the first tap of extra credit. Sticking with the side, took him a while to find the pickup.
The slowest toss of the gauntlet, just bonk, just catch him in the center. But that is not exactly the bonk you want to take. The D-Light recovery is going to get him back into the game. Very much so, only in the yellow. That second stock mattered a lot.
Yeah, this is anyone's game now. Jetbean, scythe in hand, Meg D with the sword, both of them on their comfort weapons.
I feel like we've said anybody's game so many times with Meg D today. He keeps bringing it down to last stock, last hit. The game goes on and it gets worse. He's so good on defense that even with Jetbean's offensive capabilities he's had all day, he's still struggling, but he gets the sidelight into the D-Light, he gets the chase with the recovery, trying to catch him with the side SIG. However, it does not connect. The neutral SIG is not enough.
Not enough, but he's gotten the damage. This is an opportunity for Jetbean to close out game number 1. Meg D disarmed by the NSIG. There's the weapon spawn. Down SIG charged up to cover it.
I like the mix up there, trying to slide cancel off the platform to mix him up, go for the early approach. He has the damage to afford to wait a bit. The side air probably takes it out. You can't get too hungry for this KO, though, because that's exactly how Meg D gets back in.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you pick and choose when you go in. Can't go for N-Light NSIG too often. Side airs will slowly do it if Meg D's not careful.
Yeah, he's looking for a mistake from Meg D, looking for a D-Light to try and punt him off the stage. Meg D going high, gets around it all, but a side air could take it too. However, Meg D has weapon control now because of the weapon toss.
Yeah, the weapon throw whiff. Jetbean finds a pair of gauntlets. Meg D starting to get some damage put in.
Wait a minute. This is a... Okay, never mind. All right. Calming down real quick. The neutralites are going to take him off the side of the stage. But that was looking textbook to all the other games we saw where Meg D, every single time, does not matter the deficit, always works his way back into the game on the last stock.
Yeah, he is definitely a scrapper. He'll play every stock like it's his last, and he extends them for so long. But what is the adjust? What is going to be the solution to Jetbean as he is now down 1-0 to the underdog?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's going to have to figure it out soon. I mean, luckily for Meg D, he definitely puts in the overtime. Like you were saying, he grinds out everything. This is the ideal co-worker. If you're trying to take a vacation, Meg D is going to go ahead and pick up those work days for you. Well, Meg D trying to stop the new employee from getting Employee of the Month right now because Jetbean is currently looking like the all-star. It's pretty close to start things off already, but I'm very curious to see how Jetbean's going to deal with Meg D as the set goes on. This is an endurance test. Now, we haven't seen Jetbean able to show off yet.
Yeah, this is something that Meg D's so good at, is just whittling away at the energy of the opponent. Jetbean maybe going to try to make this quick, make sure he doesn't have to worry about it. Gets the down sig, offstage opportunity, hits the ground pound, first stock to Jetbean.
One good way to deal with somebody who's trying to drain you is just go for some very explosive plays. His accuracy on the signatures can't be said enough, but this time now it's starting to come through with the gauntlets too, and he's getting the chases on the dodges up now. He was missing a bunch of them game one, now he's connecting.
Yeah, starting to recognize those dodge habits. The dodge down not working out for him as Meg D fast falls into the recovery.
And Meg D going, trying to get something opening here. Neutral light, go avoids the... Oh, wow, okay, never mind. I was expecting D-Light Cider. That's what he goes for every other time Meg D decides to finally go off stage.
And really good recognition from Jetbean. You saw the fastball to avoid that positioning. Able to hold on to the stock for a little while longer. Didn't get the follow-up, but there's the unsig. Almost puts him off screen.
Straight up, too. Just like knowing that he was going to go for it. He ends up losing that stock there, but he got a lot of damage out of it before he finally did.
Things are looking for Jetbean, but we've seen Meg D in worse positions. Jetbean gonna hopefully try to close this one out before it gets away from him. We've seen Meg D bring these back. Yeah,
you have this low percentage window right now where you can afford to take a few hits, and Jetbean waiting that time because he caught the dodge up the previous hit, so he wanted to catch him dodging down so he could capitalize hopefully, but Meg D mixing it up on defense, keeping himself safe momentarily as he almost loses that stock.
Really good gravity cancel down, like good delay into the recovery. Jetbean a full stock up on Meg D.
Jetbean's reads are insane. He keeps adjusting to the previous ones, and it's just the reactions almost that he has to some of these switch ups on defense as the set is progressing. That's the answer to what Meg D has been able to do long term. I think he finally figured it out. Now Meg D's gonna have to change things up.
Those mid-set adjustments from Jetbean are so good. They're keeping him in this. He's getting these reads. He's getting this damage. He could very well close out game number 2.
It's looking very comfortable at the moment. He has a whole stock up. He has plenty of room to play with. We've already seen his reward on hit with Scythe is incredible. And sending Meg D, actually a big factor, Meg D's best weapon so far has been Sword. He's not been able to do much with it so far in this game.
So again, Jetbean going in for the N-Sig, side light into N-Sig, end light into N-Sig, and Jetbean puts it away 2-0. One more opportunity for Meg D.
If you're paying close attention, what happened just prior to that? Meg D decided to stay in place. The follow-up one, Jetbean moved slightly to the right because he knew that he had the habit of dodging towards the right after he caught him with a neutral dodge. Multiple times that situation happened, and that time capitalizing on it, fully going all the way over to the right with him. Amazing adjustments from Jetbean. These dodges have been getting called out. Meg D almost has to go full steam ahead. He might have to rush him down a bit just to change up the pace of the game.
That's definitely going to be tough for Meg D. This time he bans out Apocalypse, though. He's not feeling that map.
That was the very first one, too. It's like, no, that is gone. We need to change the scenery. We've come here for dinner every night. I want a new date. I am done with this.
Well, we'll see where date night goes today. They've got Small Mammoth, Crystal Temple, and Demon Island. I would say Small Mammoth is the closest to Apocalypse, if that's what Jetbean wants, and it is.
And you called it out right. I mean, I didn't think that we were going to see a switch over to Demon Island, considering, even though it worked out well from last time, he's been getting caught too much on his landings to safely try to contest Jetbean. So having this mobile platform and a few mix-ups that he could change now too, depending on where that platform is located, might help. But he's going to have to scream for some help right now because he's currently down 2 games.
Yeah, Meg D going to have to find some sort of adjustment. Like you were saying, maybe go full aggro onto Jetbean. Jetbean back on the Tai Lung, gauntlets in hand. Not finding many hits just yet, but he's just waiting for a scythe.
Yeah, pretty much. It's actually that's all it is. Like, the gauntlets are there for show. They're temporarily here so I can get what actually has been putting on the final performance, and that's been this scythe. And Meg D has not had an answer to it.
No, Meg D has been struggling against the scythe of Jetbean, but suddenly it's starting to look good. Gets a downlight side air, gets some stage control.
You are very right with that. The sword is what I was worried about in that last game, and he's gotten a lot of damage with it so far. Coming in with the dare, trying to cover the weapon spawn with the neutralites, but it's going to be Jetbean who just misses out on the nair, and Meg D looking much better here to start. Yeah,
that neutralite actually beating out a gravity cancel downlight from Jetbean. Downlight recovery, and Meg D with the lead.
Striking first for a change, and that is huge because Meg D plays so well with the lead. Jetbean has been able to eliminate stocks, however, extremely fast. Meg D one of the best at dodging it. Let's see if he can keep that stock going. Not looking like it's going to happen, though, as we see that stock disappear immediately.
So 2 side airs from Jetbean to even it up. He's got weapon advantage now.
Jetbean, yeah, speaking of weapon advantage, just going straight to the weapon he needed the most, but the weapon spawn popping in at the right time, the ideal weapon choice for both of them. Meg D's sword has been looking better, waiting for the opportunities to punish. The sidelights are coming through. However, that's one of the first actual reactions to a silent we've seen that has been a solid punish. That's going to be real bad if Meg D starts getting punished for those.
He is back to the sword sidelights. There's a neutralite. Jetbean with the wake-up dare.
Coming in with the dare again. Meg D just trying to get an opener here, but oh my goodness, Duke, what is it? What do you think that Meg D's gonna have to do to continue to take this approach to deal with Jetbean? Because it's looking better so far, but at some point Jetbean's gonna wake up.
I think the stack up for Meg D is actually working pretty well against Jetbean. I mean, side that has neutralite, but outside of that, not the best in terms of stacked up options. Meg D gonna swap over the gauntlets back to the sword, just priming the next one.
Yeah, just keep that weapon control while he can. It's very temporary, and a good spot for that to spawn for Jetbean. As soon as he had the hit stun was active, and he got access to the weapon. Now we are at what is probably the most crucial stock for Meg D in this set. Currently 2-2. At KO percentage for Jetbean as well, though. He needs to get that so he doesn't feel so stressed out because he's currently looking at elimination.
Yeah, Meg D needs to breathe a sigh of relief here. If he can close this out, the side light, not enough. Jetbean tries to go for the wake-up dare. He's in sweat beads. He's going to eat the weapon toss. Meg D with the lead.
All right. If there was ever a moment for you to showcase your defense, it's this now. You're currently looking at what could be a stock disappearing momentarily. You have to get this extra credit. You have to get the damage on to keep yourself in this game.
Down tick connects, minimal extra credit. Jetbean 1 stock away from eliminating another top contender.
That's going to be a D- in F in chat, if you will. If not getting that stock, this could be the end of Meg D's run. Jetbean having control of the scythe. He's looking for the opener. He's looking for the jump out of Meg D. Meg D does get access to the gauntlet. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, going all the way. He can go all the way.
The turnaround.
Okay.
Hold right. He barely touches the wall.
That was so close, but Jetbean keeping it going, looking for the neutral light, but he doesn't get the connection. However, Meg D took so much damage for all that, and the neutral sync is coming through. Jetbean has one
again. Not enough. Jetbean so close to finishing this off. Another NSIG could end Meg D's run.
Side light coming through. Jetbean looking for the mistake. D-light's on the side. Meg D going for recovery high, and he covers him with the recovery, and Jetbean gets a 3-0, putting a stop to Meg D's run, and gets that rematch with Luna in Grand Finals.
Jetbean, the beast, coming in out of nowhere, upsetting opponent after opponent, and is now guaranteed a top 2 finish.
If there was ever any doubt in Jetbean before, well, put that doubt away. He has the potential of possibly winning at PR26 Spring Championships of North America if he can get the reset on Luna. That winner's final set was very, very close. Almost going to him, but Luna made the correct choice at the last second.